Hello, Brian Scott of Mystic Skull Games. I I'm stuck here today due to snow, so of course I figure, hey, I was supposed to make this video like 2 weeks ago. So sorry about that. Um, I had put a video out called Camp Snap Pro: The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I still stand to that video, except for the ugly. Um, in the ugly, I had mistakenly said that you could not put filters on top of the filters that are on here, that you can only do one at a time, a new filter. You can absolutely exchange filters for every single one. And I think there's filter settings that comes with this camera. So what you will do is, if you want a new filter, you have to rename it one of the filter settings exactly as it has it here. Um, and one other thing, except for the black and white. And I didn't realize it. I was as I was trying to do filters, it's not B and W. You just put BW on. You rename the whatever filter you're. So what you'll do, if you want the Moody filter, you will copy and paste it onto the directory on your computer, and you will rename it whichever one you want to replace it with. Standard, which is STD, uh, or the others. And you can exchange, like you can put a color filter on the black and white filter. And what it does, it doesn't get rid of the old filters, it just supersedes them when you know it takes effect. And so uh, when you delete the filter, the filter that is built in comes back. So I figure it did, but I don't know, maybe I wasn't copying them and pasting them right or whatever. So I mistakenly said that. I will though want to say, I do want to say one thing about this. So maybe this is the new bad. This toggle, which is where you change the filters, it's just a matter of time. It's going to fall. This thing is loosey goosey. So hopefully it stays on there long enough. I don't know. Um, I would like to say more about it, but the problem is I haven't had enough time to use it. We have snow up the yin yang here, and it is literally 5 degrees outside. So I'm not going out. I I do take pictures, like when I'm the other day I was getting snow off the car, so I took a picture using it, not this one, but the Camp Snap, and it looks pretty cool. It's on the Flickr, and I got a Flickr site. You have to go there. This dog and pony show is, all I know is to push a button and I go live, and that's all I do. I, it took me a while to figure out. Oh, I can put links in the description below. So go to the Flickr site, and there are some pictures, not very many. I'm actually more active on the Snap Camp community on Facebook. I should put a link there. I'll try and redo that. But it's the Camp Snap community on Facebook, and I actually post quite a bit on there. My my feelings, I am warming up to this now that I can put filters on it. I do though wonder the filters from the fella. His name's he's in the link below. Those filters, I wonder if he created them using that device that SnapCamp has on its website, which, in my opinion, all it really does is just changes the tones. It's not really a what I see as a true filter like the Noir filter from Camp Shades. That one I feel really breaks the boundaries, and all their other filters. Camp Shade, please make make your filters for the Pro. I really miss. It would be. It is my and of course now I don't have the Camp Snap. It is my sincerest wish. My biggest wish is to be able to put the Camp Shade filters on this one here. It would be really, really nice. Because the Camp Shades, I mean, I don't know what they do to give it that little oomph. It's not just, oh, we're changing the color tone here and there, putting up and down the dial, like you can do on the Camp Snap site. Um, I do want to also talk about the Camp Snap. Really, I thought, oh, this is going to really replace the Camp Snap. I'm not going to use it anymore. But I have to say, they just go on and on about the flash, how the flash is such a big improvement. Maybe I feel the Camp Snap, it's a pretty darn good flash. I know it's only an LED flash, but boy, I have no problems with it. Now once you're outside, it's next to useless. I mean, I don't want to say that. If it's really, really dark, you definitely need the flash will still help it somewhat. So you do definitely want to use, but inside it's definitely needed, and it will. The Camp Snap, I can use the flash on a room that is totally dark, and it lights up really well. You can see everything in the room. So I, you know, the megapixels, I mean, it is literally double the megapixels. I will say that is an improvement that I see wholeheartedly from the Camp Snap. The Camp Snap has a tendency, depending on which filter you're using, has a tendency to make it look like watercolor because it's such a low megapixel camera. I had a Thanksgiving picture of my family in a kitchen, and the bright light and everything, and I mean it looked watercolor. It just screamed, this is not a high pixel. Now, I feel you can, well, first off, once you print them out, if you print them out on paper, on photo paper, it's really hard pressed to see that. But depending on the filter, especially like the noir, you can kind of get away with it a lot of times. The noir really changes the look of, and so also I would say the Milky Black filter and the latte coffee latte, whatever, what I can't remember they're all black filters. The black filters or black and white filters kind of smooths that out a little bit on average. That's been my experience, at least. Um, so yeah, I don't know what else to say. I just wanted to make that correction. I was like, oh damn, I was wrong. I I really, and you're learning, right? It's all learning experience. I've been taking, even though I can't get out because of the weather, I'm taking picture after picture after picture of the room, of the driveway, using the various filters so that I can get an idea of what it looks like, right? And in fact, on the Camp Snap community and Facebook, I have a whole bunch of pictures of the kitchen where it was with and without flash, and also the different types, or at least one type of filter. Um, so it's really interesting to see what the flash does and doesn't do. Oh, and talking about filters, while I love all these other new filters, especially man, it's in the description. The guy who gave, who made all these Camp Snap Pro filters. He has some really good black and white filters, but you know what? the black and white filter on this is pretty darn good too, just as it is. In fact, all these filters on here are very well. I mean, certainly you could, you can mince different filters and say, well, this filter is a little bit better than that filter, granted, but they are pretty darn good. This black and white one, sometimes it's not as good depending on the lighting situation, but so's all the others, right? The noir really, really needs light because it's just black and white. It's a very extreme black and white. And so if you don't have especially if it's inside, you don't have the flash on, it's black. I mean, it's just, and so definitely I'm going to keep trying this out, and I'll do updates on it. As an artist, I have taken photography classes, but I would not call myself a photographer. I at one time knew about the f-stops and lighting conditions and white balances, and I used to remember, I used to do all that stuff way back. We're talking like the 80s. So, but I haven't done photography in such a long time, and I wouldn't really call myself a photographer, but I have the eye, right? I just pick something up, I take a picture, and that's one of the reasons why I am doing, these are called toy cameras, whether you think of that or not in that way or not. But the camera business as being what it is now, at the moment, I have a feeling it's going to change as more and more people want simpler cameras. But you either buy something like this, or you buy a camera that's $800 or more dollars, right? So as this gulf hasn't widened itself, I've gone more towards this, and I think that's a good thing. I had, well, I don't know where it's at now, but I have a camera. Wait a minute. Yeah, the Nikon Coolpix S. Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway, unfortunately, it's having some experience. It's having technical difficulties. It does things it's not supposed to. So maybe I'll eventually figure out what's wrong with it. I used this one for a good 10 to 15 years, and but this camera I think was $300 at the time when I bought it. I mean, it was real expensive. $300 back. I'm going to say this was the 90s, and they're not making cameras like this very much. The cameras there, these sort of what they call point and shoots, they're now getting towards, it's either a very specialized camera or it's this. This thing is almost a thing of the past. So, I mean, I'm feeling it right now. It's metal. There's nothing made of metal anymore. So, yeah, the night portrait. This is a really good camera for nighttime pictures or low light pictures. So because of this great divide between cameras, the prices, I can't do $1,000 or $200 camera. I would love, by the way, if you're making me a Christmas list, a monochrome camera, a truly dedicated monochrome camera. They start at like $1,000 though. So can't snap. But I really like it though, because you don't feel like your cell phone. You don't want to use the cell phone because you're afraid of dropping it or breaking it while you're trying to take a picture, or people are very knowledgeable. Oh, there's your cell phone. He's going to take a picture and share it with someone. Whereas this, they almost, they know you. Technically, I can share this with you, right? But people don't think of it that way. And so they kind of drop their guards while you have a camera like this. Um, so yeah, I think I'm going to stop there. It's a process of learning the camera, right? You think, oh, it's so simple. What's to learn? But there is a lot to learn, and a lot of it has to do with lighting and uh, where a subject is, and how to look through the viewfinder and kind of get the picture you actually want compared to what you kind of see, because they're not always the same. The viewfinder is a little bit off. So I my my opinion from the last video has improved 110%, especially now that I know each one of these filters can be superseded with another filter. And also knowing from uh, this fella who just created all these filters that you now have a wide variety to choose from. I don't think the filters, from my experience, are as in fact, I almost think he made it on the, and I don't know, I don't want to say that, but I think he made it on the Camp Shade, that little device that you might can come in and just wiggle around a little bit. But he's done a really good job. They are pretty spot on. I don't think they're really Camp Shade quality, maybe, at least not all of them, from what I've done. So please, Camp Shade, make some pro filters. All right, so that's going to be it for now. I don't really know what else to say about it. I will try to post more of the pictures on Flickr. But again, Camp Shade community, Camp Snap community on Facebook, that's where I'll be. Until then, later.